back at you with another episode from CommandersSupremeClub.com.
Welcome to the Commanders Supreme Club. We are building something legendary here, but we need you strong. Hit that like button right now. Show your power. Share this with your crew. Let them know where the real action is happening. And most importantly, subscribe. Don't miss a single moment of greatness. Join the family. We are waiting for you.
So yeah, we got to talk about the NFL free agency for 2026. Some teams, some players that the Commanders probably want to go after. Now, the number one guy on this list is George Pickens, for logical reasons, because George Pickens has been balling this year. He had 93 catches with 1,429 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's been balling. You know what I'm saying? However, I think there's a chance that Jerry Jones might try to franchise tag him. Because, Jerry Jones, I just don't think he like paying certain people. That's just what I think. It seems like everyone has to wait for their money. It's based on his track record. He wants to pay people what he wants to pay them. I don't know, man. I think there's a chance that they might try to franchise tag him, and he's probably rejects it. He probably rejects the franchise tag, and he probably end up signing somewhere else. So I think there's a chance for the Commanders to sign him. I mean, I don't know what's Adam Peters' mindset. I don't know. But if George Pickens signs with the Commanders, oh man, that's an upgrade. Could you imagine Terry McLaurin on one side and George Pickens on the other side? Oh my goodness. Come on, forget about it. Now, then you got Bryce Hall, running back for the New York Giants. He's still productive. He came back off the ACL. He's still balling. Even though the New York Jets had a bad season, he's still balling. He still got 1,000 yards. So, hey, I think they need to bring another running back in the room. Everybody loves Bill and Rodriguez and those other cats. But look, man, you need somebody. We need a proven running back in the room, on the field. And Bryce Hall is that dude, for sure. He's official, like a referee with a whistle. And Kenneth Walker III, he's a good running back. I saw the Seattle game this weekend, and Walker was running all over the goddamn place. So I don't see why Seattle wouldn't sign him. When I don't know, I'd be surprised if they let him go. And you got Travis Etienne Jr. out of Jacksonville. He's a good running back. I would be surprised if they let him walk. But you just never know with a lot of these teams. But if he does walk, both of these running backs will be good signs for the Commanders. Now, Kyle Pitts for Atlanta, tight end. Now this is one of my top picks. I mean, imagine this. Jaden Daniels is throwing the ball to Kyle Pitts, tight end. He had 88 catches, 928 yards. You know what I'm saying? 5th straight season. I mean, this And plus, in Atlanta, I don't think they was utilizing Kyle Pitts correctly, or at least the best. I think if he signs with the Commanders, he'll have over 1,000 yards every season with Jaden Daniels, for sure. And Kyle Pitts would be an upgrade over the tight ends that they have already. You know, I'm not saying the tight ends aren't good, but they more blocking tight ends. They're not good at doing everything. And that's okay if you're good at blocking. And you're good at getting a catch or two every once in a while. But most teams usually want their tight end to be a dual threat. They want their tight end to block, catch, you know, be in motion, do a little bit of everything. Kyle Pitts can do all of that and some. So, hey, imagine if it's Kyle Pitts and George Pickens and Terry McLaurin, same team. Woo! Could you imagine? Man, I could. Mike Evans has been around for a long time. He's still productive. He gets a lot of hamstrings, you know. But you know the crazy thing is he plays through his hamstrings. Most players can't do that. You know, hamstrings is different for everybody. You know, when I pull a hamstring, it hurts really bad. But some players have a different pain tolerance, so it just depends. But you know, anybody can pull a hamstring, by the way. You know, some people be like, oh, you get hamstrings all the time. Anybody can pull a hamstring. You can pull a hamstring by walking down the steps. You missed a step going down the step. The walkway. You missed a step. That's how I pulled a hamstring a couple weeks ago. I was walking down the step and I missed the step. And I pulled a hamstring just like that. Travis Kelce, who cares? And I don't care. He's all pro, been around for a long time. Good for him. He probably should retire at this point. Pierce from Alec Pierce from the Indianapolis Colts. He's been around for a while, for at least 15 years. Yep, 15 years. He had over 1,000 yards on 47 receptions. He finished the fourth season with career best. Oh, his career best was 1,000 yards, 47 receptions. Oh, so this previous year was his best year. But he's been around for a long time, so he's been productive. But on the Indianapolis coach, the quarterback situation has been inconsistent for at least 3-4 years, I would say. You know, so imagine if they had the same quarterback every year. Alex Pierce numbers probably would be over 1,000 yards every year. But he's been around. He's still productive. But he's an older guy. I don't know if they would sign him. Javonte Williams, running back. I'm not really feeling that. Now Robinson with the New York Giants, he's a good wide receiver. When the Commanders played the New York Giants, Robinson had a good game. Yeah, he had a good game. He had over 1,000 yards this season. He had a good game both times, too. You know, both times. I remember that. Romeo Doubs. This is one of my best free agent pickups for the Commanders. He out of Green Bay. Doubs balling. You know, he's straight balling. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like he might not have the big numbers and like having over 1,000 yard seasons and all that. Because you have to look at Green Bay. They have five good receivers that can touch the ball at any given time. 5. And they might have another 6 that's on the bench that probably never plays. They have 5 good receivers. If one go down, somebody else can come in. And they don't miss a beat. So Dobbs is not necessarily, he didn't have to be the number 1. They don't necessarily have a number 1 receiver in Green Bay. But in crunch time, Dobbs is that dude. I'm telling you, whenever Jordan Love needed a play, Dobbs was that dude. Damn near every time. It was either him or Nelson or Watson whenever he needed a big play. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he would be looking for as far as pay wise, but if I was Adam Peters, I would pick him up. He would be my number 2 wide receiver. If not George Pickens, Romeo Dobbs. You know, I'm just saying, you know. Juwan Jennings from San Francisco, he's another receiver kind of like Dobbs. You know, the last 2 seasons he's been balling, but he don't have the 1,000-yard, you know, seasons and all that. But he's a playmaker, just like Dobbs. So he would be my number 3 wide receiver. And David, tight end, no, I'll pass on him. Dallas Goedert from Philly, no, I'll pass on him. Daniel Jones, don't need him. Jalen Cooker from the Panthers, exclusive rights, free agent. Cooker missed the first 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. When healthy, he established himself as the number 2 wide receiver behind McMillan. Cooker really flashed in the postseason with 134, 19. That means he'll only hit the open market if the Panthers decide they don't want him back. That seems highly unlikely. Well, I guess he doesn't want to leave the Panthers. That's why his status is exclusive rights free agent. Okay. I didn't even see him play. Did he even play in the playoff game? I don't even remember him. Maybe he did, but I don't remember him catching any passes, or I don't know. Maybe he played. Maybe I just didn't notice him in the game. I'm not sure. But I don't hear people talk about him much. So he's probably been injured a lot. You know. Isaiah Likely. He's a good pickup. He's from he went to East Carolina and South Carolina, where I'm from. East Carolina is probably 40 minutes. 30, 40, no, probably 40 minutes from where I'm from. So Isaiah Likely's a good tight end. He drops a lot of passes though. That's the thing. He had a good season with Baltimore, but he drops a lot of passes. That's the thing about Isaiah Likely. He gonna get you some, and he gonna drop some. So I don't know. We'll see where he end up at. Then you got Rashid Shaheed, wide receiver. He's actually playing with the Seahawks right now. Now I don't know what if the Seattle is willing to re-sign him, but I know he's balling right now. He had a great game in the playoff game, and he just came there in November and already balling, and he's a special teams guy / receiver. And he doesn't play every offensive play. But when he's in there, he's very impactful. He can run past people and scoring touchdowns. He's a deep ball specialist and everything. So if if the Seattle Seahawks aren't willing to sign him in a long-term deal, because more than likely that's what he wants. If he's on the market, I think Adam Peters should go for it. Make an offer. That would be a fantastic hookup. Now, Gainwell, I'll pass on him. Debo, I like Debo. You know, but I think Debo is probably going to get lost in the numbers, because I think there's other receivers out here that can be more impactful than Debo, or maybe they can do more than Debo. You know, now Debo is a playmaker for sure, but I think they're looking for more of a wide receiver that can that's faster, that quicker. I think they're looking for a George Pickens type receiver, or a Dobbs type receiver. Debo's a physical type receiver. Those other guys are finesse type guys. George Pickens, they're finesse type guys. Dobbs, finesse type guys. Debo's is a physical, run you over type of guy. Push you around on DBs. Rachaad White is running back. He's pretty good, but I think Rachaad White used to play with Jaden Daniels, if I'm not mistaken. I think he left a message on social media saying, "Hey, come get me, Adam Peters." So hey, we'll see what happens. He might be a good pickup. We'll see. But I think he used to play with Jaden Daniels in Virginia, the University of Virginia, back in the day. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. You quote me on that. So Keenan Allen, he's an old vet. I don't know, running back for Atlanta. I don't know who the hell that is. Dow for Carolina Panthers. Well, I guess they're gonna let him go. I wouldn't let him go. He's been balling for the Panthers. But hey, you just never know. You just never know. Dobbins, running back with the Broncos. Well, he's a good running back, but you just never know. I think he's been hurt a lot. I think he's had, crazy injuries. I think he had a couple injuries over the last full season, but I don't know. We'll see. Christian Kirk. I thought they was going to pick him up last year, but or at least a year or two, of the connection with the offensive coordinator. But I don't know what happened. But Christian Kirk is a good receiver, but he gets hurt. He's been hurt a lot. Isaiah Pacheco, running back for Kansas City. Pacheco is one of the running backs that runs hard, but he ain't going nowhere. I doubt if Kansas City would sign him. He run hard, but he ain't going nowhere. Brian Robinson Jr., the Commanders traded him to San Francisco. That was a big I don't think they're gonna sign him to a long-term deal at San Francisco. Even though he's a good running back, he's gonna have to go somewhere where they need a running back. And he should try to sign back with the Commanders, but it's probably not gonna happen because they traded him away. And Brian Robinson felt a certain type of way when he got traded. I saw him do an interview. I could tell he felt a certain type of way when he got traded. And I always liked Brian Robinson. I thought he's a good running back. He's And since he got traded, no one has been better. The run game has not been better since he left. So I don't know what Adam Peters was thinking. Maybe it was something else going on that we don't know about behind the scenes why he got traded. But it can't have nothing to do with what's going on the field. Yeah. Marquez Brown running Kansas City. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this is. Tennessee. I don't know who that is. Malik Willis, quarterback, backup quarterback. Malik is going to get a deal. Somebody's going to sign him. Because the way he was playing when Jordan Love got hurt, somebody's going to sign him. Michi, wide receiver. I don't know anything about him. Calvin Austin, Pittsburgh. Oh, special teams type of guy. Yeah, he's a good receiver. He'd be a good pickup. He'd be like the third wide receiver, special teams guy. He'd be a good pickup. Jerome Ford, running back. I don't know anything about him. The top 2026 free agent quarterbacks. Got Daniel Jones, Malik, Marcus Mariota. They should re-sign Marcus Mariota. Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Carson Wentz, Tyrod Taylor, Gardner Minshew, Mitchell Trubisky, Trey Lance. The top 2026 free agent running backs. Yeah, we already went through this already. Kareem Hunt is on there. Jeremy Nichols, Jerome Ford. Yeah. And the wide receivers. Jordan Pickens is number one on the list. Like I said, Damani Brown, they should never let Damani go. Damani was a good wide receiver. He went with Jacksonville on Jaguars and he got paid. I thought he had a 2-year deal. It looks like he had one. Yeah. I thought it was a 2-year deal, so it's just 1 year. They should re-sign Damani Brown, bring him back. Kendrick Bourne, he's a good receiver. He'd be like your third type of guy, But I don't know, man. I don't know what they. And Kyle Pitts, he top tight end free agent for good reason. For me, Kyle Pitts and Likely will be my top two free agents as far as tight ends go. Defensive free agents. We got Way Walker, linebacker. I don't know anything about him. Jalen Phillips. He's probably my number one edge rusher on defense. They should seriously take a look at him. He'll be a good pickup. David Lloyd. I don't know. He's good. He's a good linebacker. Yeah. Nick Cross, safety. I don't know. Kareem Curl. Yeah, they're still balling. They're still playing. Now they actually let Kareem Curl walk. They didn't trade him anything. They just let him walk. This is before Dan Quinn took over. Let's see. So we got Dean, a linebacker for Philly. Oh, they gonna let him walk? Okay. Brisker, defense DB for Chicago. I don't know anything about him. Jalen Thompson, safety, Arizona. Don't know anything about him. Don't know any. Trey Hendrickson. Well, I thought he got hurt. He got hurt this season. I didn't even think he finished the season. So he's going to be out there, And this is why Hendrickson wanted to get a long-term deal. Because when you get hurt, you have no security. And they can, as soon as you get hurt, and now you got to have surgery, then you got to go through therapy and all that shit. And now you just kind of out there by yourself with no security and no guaranteed money, no nothing. This is why a lot of these players keep talking about they want a long-term deal, have some form of security, because once you get hurt, teams, you know, they're kind of cold blooded. They just want to get rid of your ass. You know, they kind of write you off, move on, and the next person. Reed Blankenship, safety for Philly. Okay, his contract is up, so they're not trying to sign him. Okay, you know. Geno Stone, don't know anything about him. Devin White, linebacker, Las Vegas. Okay. Drake Thomas, don't know much. Most of these defensive players, I don't know much about them. Going right, don't know. Chris, don't know. A group of Asian scorers, I don't know much. So that's about it. I don't really know much about the defensive players. But hey, the number one guy on this list, whether it's offense or defense, in my opinion, is George Pickens. He's the player that the Washington Commanders seriously consider signing. You know. But hey, you tell me what you think. Like, share this video. Until next time, I'm out.